Both Price and I have a dream that we're trying to attain on making a very special place. In the beginning, we started out very small. In the kitchen, it was myself and 2 cooks. We've grown the restaurant, we've grown the garden. It takes a lot to grow this much food on a consistent basis. We feel like we're stewards to this land. We have to cover crop, we have to move our animals, we have to give back so we can continue to thrive and grow.
There's quite a few people that advertise themselves as farm to table. This is a farm that has a restaurant at the edge of it.
This is a very special place that she and Price have created. There is no other place but Primo. There is no one who works harder than her. There is no one who cares more than she does. You want to know how to cook and how to do things right, you come to Primo.
I get very excited when I see something that's just dug out of the ground, the smell of the earth still on it. When you pick it that day and you see how screamingly beautiful it is, it's hard to screw that up. We rotate everything in these gardens constantly just to keep the soil healthy. That's one of our primary goals, is to give back as much as we take. If you don't do those things, then I feel like you get less nutritious food and it doesn't taste as good. I want to put my hands on something like this. I want to taste that. I want my guests to taste that. I want them to understand the difference also.
I would get here early and she was already here. You would think that she's sleeping upstairs, like next to the bar, because the amount of hours that she put in with this place was just unbelievable. And it was, for me as a young cook, it actually instilled a serious work ethic. You're only going to be able to make people work for you when you're working. You know, you have to lead by example, and Melissa does that.
This is not a concept, this is a lifestyle. Every day we live it, we feel it, we breathe it. Otherwise it does not work. I feel very fortunate to have the people that I have working here every day, and these are like my children.
I call Primo warm hug food. I mean, it's delicious, it's beautiful, it's conceptual, but at the end of the day, you feel like you've been given like the best warm hug because it's just love and you can taste it.
I grew up in an Italian-American family and food was very important. This is a dish that's always on the menu at Primo, and the reason is because it was the dish that I always used to make for my grandfather. It was his favorite. This is the connection. I mean, this is, for me, this is my family connection. The guests, some nights we'll have a table of 8 and they'll have 6 of them because they don't want to share it. My most favorite compliment I've ever gotten is, "You made me remember something my grandmother used to make." I haven't had this since I was a little kid. I think it's the passion and the love that they taste. I really do. I think that they can taste when someone puts that energy into the food.
If we're gonna have animals, they're gonna be happy, healthy animals, and they're not gonna stay in one place. It's been a long journey of 16 years of growing a little here, a little there, taking on a little more. Because we only have 4 acres to raise 15 pigs, 200 laying hens, 900 meat birds, and produce 3 acres of vegetables. It takes a lot of planning. Morning, girls. Oh yeah, when we move them like this, they are ecstatic. Those are all lettuces there. There's radishes, all the dandelion and Bianca greens. This is what we harvested, 3 days ago for dinner. The last harvest. It makes the absolutely best eggs possible. This is what it's about for me, is keeping the animals happy.
I think it's important for me as a chef to do things the right way. I mean, this is how people did it for thousands of years, you know. This is a spicy prosciutto. This is brajol, so it's a beef shoulder tenderloin. Those 2 are spicy pancettas on top. When you raise the animal and you're so close to them, I get so affected by that I have the fear of God in me if I screw it up. I love them, and just the day that we send them off is very difficult, and we want to honor them with every scrap of their being. This fat is so creamy and beautiful, and when we brine it, and then it has so much flavor. This is because they ate so well here at Primo, these pigs. They have all that extra love on them. That's what food should be. You put it in your body. It should be something good and raised with care, whether it's a vegetable or a chicken or an egg or a pig. I hope people can make the connection. We try and instill it in our staff so they can explain it to the guests and say, this was harvested today. For me, I could never do it any other way. Like, I couldn't just be a chef in a restaurant that ordered food. I think you just have to be happy with what you're doing and feel good about it. I'm here. This is it. This is it. My brain doesn't work where I could sit home and write a whole menu and then find the products and make the food. My soul would not be happy. It's amazing, the color of it, this fresh, this clean. Doesn't know what's coming. Spaghetti. I need to walk through the garden and look at things and smell things and feel them and touch them. What do I want to taste with that? What flavors work with that? I think about the weather, so it's really in the moment. This is the octopus. It's been braised, and now we're gonna give it a sear on this plancha. It could be on the menu for several weeks, or it could be just for one night. We do have the hen of the woods tonight, as well as we have a pig head. It's a very special treat. Everything on here is from here. This is terroir at its finest. As a chef, I'm somewhat insatiable, like I'm never totally satisfied, and I think that's part of my motivation for what I do and to keep pushing forward. We want to make sure it's perfect and it's right. I think it shows through the food. Everyone wants to come to Pig Day. All the local people are asking to come. All the cooks want to bring their families and their spouses because it is a really special day. It's a celebration of the animals that we raised, giving us their life for food. You're gonna have like 5 recipes on each team. We're making 3 different kinds of copa. You're gonna do a pig ear terrine, which is intense. We're making pate, and you're making sprich leona. These pigs mean a lot to us, and we don't want to screw anything up.
It's pretty special to see a chef gather this many people to do something that's very personally emotional.
We're very happy to share this day with you, and it's very special to us. So we hang Tibetan prayer flags. They are for peace for us today, for the pigs, okay? Here at Primo, it's a full circle kitchen. We waste nothing. When you take a life, when we take a life, I feel the disruption in the universe. It's a very hard day for me because I love the pigs so much. The balance of all this is so important here. But when you do it for food, you have to have a reverence. And we have that here.
We raised you, we respected you, we gave you one of the most beautiful and delicious lives you could ever have. And she teaches all of us that that's part of this cycle.
It's a different connection to eating and to food. I don't know, I think it scratches your soul. I think it makes you understand why we're here.
This is the dream. Melissa's created it for everyone. She lights the fire every day. She will continue to light the fire until her last day, and I guarantee her last day will be sending out food to customers. This is what she was born to do. She can't control it. It pours out of her.
When we first got here, I thought, this is never gonna work. No one's ever gonna come, and it's gonna cost too much money to do it. When I walk around here, I feel very proud of what we've done. We have a community that we've built in 16 years since we've been here of all these wonderful people who understand what we are trying to do. Create a special place where people can feel the connection to the food. It's never ending, like you can never do enough. There's always more to do. So the work's never done. I wish I had a better answer to that, but I don't.